This is Albert Park, a circuit built on beauty, but defined by danger. By day, it's a peaceful stretch of Melbourne parkland. Lakes, trees, walking paths. But when the lights go out, it becomes something else entirely. A battleground. A place where speed and precision dance on a knife's edge. Fast-flowing straights that tempt you into believing you're invincible. High-speed chicanes that snap back at the overconfident. Braking zones where heroes are born and egos are shattered. The walls are close. The grip is fading. The wind across the lake plays tricks on even the best in the world. Albert Park does not offer safety. It offers opportunity. For those brave enough to take it, this is not just a racetrack. This is a test of courage. This is Albert Park, and this is sensational TV. Oh, yes, indeedy. Thank myself for that beautiful intro there. Motor, sport, tragics across the nation, welcome. Buckle your belts and dust off your flip phones because Sensational TV is proud to present a brand new series from the mad scientists over there at Fargone Racing. We are going back in time all the way to the era of skinny ties, skinny jeans. What do we got? Dodgy pop punk as well, and engines louder than your mum yelling, dinner's ready. Welcome to Formula One 2005. Tonight, my name is Chris Munro, and I'm taking you through all the action here at Fargone's round one of the F1 2005 series. Let's bring up the calendar here tonight. 3rd of October is today. We're going to Albert Park GP. It's going to be fast. It's going to be flowing. And we're going to have at least 15 of these screaming Formula One cars of yesteryear going around. I'm looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the... there's no standings because it's round one. So we've got tonight, Albert Park. The qualifying will be a 10-minute affair with the race of 45 minutes. No mandatory pits available, but depending on how far those tyres take you, you might want to think about maybe a pit stop or even two in a 45-minuter. Air temp of 26 degrees Celsius. Track temp of 37. Fastest in practice was me, because Lindsay let me know very late that he couldn't make it. So it's me. I had 30 minutes to scramble and get around this circuit, and I did so. And even though it's a 14 turns, 5.2 kilometre stretch of Australian public road during the rest of the year, tonight it is racing stations for everyone out there. So let's have a look at the practice times here, folks, and see who's travelling the best. If they will come up indeed. There we go. Oh, there's no surprises there, folks. Stephen Rees at the top of the timing tower. Rocking the Sensational TV logo there on the side and on the front. So that is good to see. The number, well, is it 6 or 9? 9 this way, 6 this way. Well, let's go 6. Doesn't matter, really. Welcome to the chat, Steve Rees. He's in there. Tomato Motorsport as well. 9 concurrent viewers at the moment, all strapped in, ready for some F1 action. Looks like Johnny Singleton's out there on the circuit, so let's see if the camera angles will be kind to us. They are. It's just heading around the back. Let me fix up this track map for you all. Just give me just a moment. We're going to make this nice and easy for everyone to see. There we go. We might even tilt it around that way. Beautiful. This is what happens, folks, when you're in the running up the stairs of the comm box at the very last minute. Anything can happen. So that is the end of free practice. We are just about ready to get started on some qualifying. We've got Alex McEwen here on a hot lap. We're going to see him dip it in and take the full liberty there at turn 1 and off onto the AstroTurf. These things have got grip to spare. In the old 2005 days, it was very much a point-and-shoot kind of car as well. Just scrub the fronts. I think this was the year of Alonso in the RS25 or whatever it is, that Renault Beast that he drove around. Beautiful looking livery. I wonder if anyone is rocking that one. We'll find out soon. Oh, the R25. There you go. The Renault. Yeah, very much a case of scrub the fronts, get on the power as hard as possible, and shoot your way through the corner, V it off, and it's all about the rear traction because these things had plenty of that. Very much front limited, these cars. But we're going to see some good, exciting action here in the first round. We'll bring up that map. No, not that one. The calendar. That's what we want. Where are we off to next week? It's Barcelona. That'll be a good one. Sip on some margaritas. Are they from Barcelona? I don't know. Some Spanish wine, perhaps, in round 2. Monaco. Oh, that's going to be a good one. You'll see myself and Lindsay possibly broadcasting from the casino there. Lindsay obviously out the front because he's not 18. Unlucky son. Manicor in round 4. Hockenheim in round 5. Interlagos, Suzuka, and Bahrain to finish off the 8-round calendar. These cars do look brilliant, and so does the graphics there, courtesy of Dave Austin himself, Mr. Tobasiah in Discord land. Does a great job on the graphics. Really time period accurate. Good evening, Scotty McEwen. He's tuned in to see the young man stick it out there. Talking about Alex, everyone. Let's see who's the first man on track. It is Johnny Singleton here, representing AC Karting. And he's got the insignia on the side there as well. You can see AC Karting. He's ready. These are, I guess, you step up from go-karts. A lot of the F1 drivers of current all start their careers in go-karting. So perhaps a few of the drivers of tomorrow might have come through the old AC Karting program, because you never know, ladies and gentlemen, with the technology advances in sim racing, you know, it's almost as good as the real thing, or as certainly as legitimate in teaching you the correct skills that you need to navigate your way through a real car. If you ever get the idea to, or the money to get in one, really. Is that Cosiata behind in the hard tyre? I don't know if he's on the right tyre there for qualifying. Really trying to warm him up. He's going to need a bit more than that, considering everyone else is out there on the super soft. Here's Johnny Singleton, who is certainly on that super soft now. You ready for some Murray Walker impressions? That's a horrible one. I'll go and watch some old Murray videos in the break and try and get that up to scratch, because that is not good enough. But he's rounding the final turn now. We're going to go on board if we can. There we go. T-Cam specialist down the front straight we go for the first time, courtesy of John Singleton of AC Karting. We're just trying to spot our braking marker around the 100-meter board, dip it in, and we saw in the practice zone you can really take the liberty through that section there in turns 1 and 2. Down to the hard braking zone of turn 3, dip it in. Don't want to go too wide on the exit, because you've got to get right over to the other side of the track to try and slingshot your way out of turn 4 there. Through turn 5, it's probably flat to the floor kink. Just a little lift there on the telemetry for John Singleton. And again now through 6 and 7. Just sling it in, really. You've got a fair bit of downforce in these cars now. It's just hold on. Oh, no, we've got the old version of the circuit here. We obviously back in 2005, so we are not doing the newly updated where it's just flat to the floor all the way to here. So this is now turns 11 and 12. We're going to have to add 2 turns onto the old track map there. But around we go to turn 14 then. 13? Oh, I'm all crossed up here at the moment. But this is another one. You just dip it in, trust the car, get it as close to the apex as possible. John just leaving a little bit to the imagination there. That one's good. Just plow it over the grass. That's the way to do it. Now it's a game of patience. Oh, you can see the rear end just wanting to come around a little bit. Had to get out of the throttle there to hold on to it. Goes across the line first with a 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7. Who's next around? It's going to be Cosiata, I believe. He's going to cross the line now, and with a 139. So struggling on those tyres at the moment. John Barabats, or John B, crossing the line with a 123.9. Looking for the fast guys out there at the moment. I cannot see Alex McEwen. There he goes, straight to the top of 121. So that's 2 seconds quicker than John Singleton there, straight off the bat. So he has certainly come to play here tonight. Derek moves up into 5th position as well. Disco Derek, we'll see if he can dance around on those pedals tonight and thread the needle. These cars, they're not the easiest to drive. Everything comes at you fast and furious. So hope he's got his disco dancing shoes on, because you're going to need them out there tonight. 15 cars on the circuit, 14 should I say. 2 broadcast cars out there tonight. Drop Bear Racing broadcasting the race as well. No commentary, however, but if you want to go back and watch it on their YouTube channel, be my guest to do that. We've got Demon Boost down here. No idea who these guys are. I'm sure I've called their names in the Interclub series, but he just drenches it off down there in turn 3, off into the bunda. He'll go back around. That will be an invalid lap, so no good there. Oh, look at this. Stephen Rees on his first flying lap beats Alex McEwen by about 3/10. So that's going to be a good little battle between those two guys. I can't see anyone in the server at the moment who I can, off the top of my head, think that they're going to be up there racing these two guys at the moment. There's the Sprinkler. He goes up into 8th position there with a 1-2-5-3-7-1. It's like a phone number, isn't it? Car's looking great out there on circuit, by the way. It's good to see the front wings staying intact. We saw last season there. For whatever reason, the LODs in those old cars would just put the front wing up on the side there, and very disconcerting to all involved. 9 minutes to go, however, in this qualifying session, and Stephen Rees still pumping out the purple sectors. Let's ride on board and see how the Master does it. Dips it in. Looks pretty good around this third final turn now. Look at that, inch perfect on that one. You don't want to take too much of that curb because it can unsettle the car. And look at that, nice pedal trace there, just a slight dip, and then back on the throttle. This will be an improvement. It goes even faster, almost by a second there, a 1:20.7. Where's Alex McEwen with his reply? Is only good enough for a green sector in the middle, so possibly not even on for a personal best here as well. So we're going to see what he can do across the line here. It's his out lap, sorry, I should have seen that. So this is now his push lap. Let's see if he can improve on the last one, and if not, beat Stephen Rees there up in front. He's got 8/10 to make up. Goes pretty good here. A little bit of a lock up there on the front right, coming down into turn 3. Now dipping it in. That's beautiful line there. You can see nice smooth throttle trace as well, getting a little bit off-road there as he comes through turn 5. Here's 6 and 7. This is a very important part of the circuit and very fun too. I do miss that... this next one, sorry, is a fun part of the circuit. The whole circuit's fun. But this one I do miss because it's more of the same. Dip it in. Try not to go too wide on the exit and dance onto the power. He has gone purple in the first sector, folks, and the second one. So all he's got to do here is hang on. But this part of the track here, it's very easy to get a little bit greedy on the inside curbing there. But he's doing a great job of it so far. Certainly up on his time here with 2 purple sectors. A little bit wide there, but gets on the power okay. A little bit off-road excursion. This is balls to the wall stuff here. Fully hanging it out is Alex McEwen. Another beautifully inch perfect second final turn. Gets on the power nicely. A bit more aggressively than we saw Stephen Rees as well. So he might just sling himself up into first. No, he does not. A 1:21.5. So giving it all back there in the final sector. That is absolutely un-Alex-like. Usually you'd put that straight through the sticks for a big old 6-pointer there if he caught that in the Ford 50. But he has to go back to the drawing board. See how Rees is travelling here at the moment on his outlap currently. So he will cross the line for something a bit better. Oh, Bananarama's in the server there in the Alpine. Le Alpine. It's French. That's French for Alpine, ladies and gentlemen. If you're unaware of that one, it's Rico Banachek. Let's ride on board with him in the driver's seat, in the cockpit here. Let's see the how he works the wheel in one of these fast and fabulous Formula One cars. Oh, just a little bit wide there, taking an off-road excursion. Luckily, these cars are equipped with the off-road tread, so you can get a little bit acquainted with the off-track excursions. A bit of grass, a bit of dirt, bit of whatever you want there in these ones. It's good to see. It'll still grip up. Obviously not as much as the black stuff, but certainly displaces a bit of water too. But in AC, we do not have the option of rain, at least not yet. Not server compatible unless every driver out there has the paid version of Content Manager and has the old, I guess, the trust account that they're all running weather at the same time. So maybe one day, maybe that's a job for Assetto Corsa Evo when it comes out. But we'll see what happens when that drops. I think it's going to be something a little bit different to what we're used to here, and Assetto Corsa will live on forever as the probably one of the best sims of all time. It's going to take some beating, that's for sure, especially with the open market of mods. This is one of them, the VRC 2005 Formula 1 mod. Absolutely fantastic. Free to download as well, so thank you very much to VRC. I'm pretty sure it's free. Could be wrong. It was a Google Drive link given to me, so I'm going to assume it's free. If not, go and give VRC some dollars. Give them a shout, them a coffee or a cordial or whatever, and they can reciprocate and give us more and more of these fantastic mods. But let's look up and down the field. Tobasaya, what's he got rocking there? The old, the John Player. Ayrton Senna, Lotus Days, colour scheme, beautiful stuff. It's a sleek old colour scheme, classic. Cannot miss it. He's gone green in the first sector as well, so he's on for a bit of a improvement there. There's a bit of dust and other shit kicked up onto the track there on the outside of turn 7. And again here you can see just the liberty being taken by this field as well. Obviously, all getting a little bit dirty out there and using all of the track and a little bit more to get themselves around, and why not? It's got the old Mercedes steering wheel there as well in the Renault. This is fantastic. Oh, a little bit too wide there. Luckily he's got the treaded tyres on, keeps it on the track. Coming into the final turn now, just spot that apex, turn it in. Just missed it by a little bit, but that's not going to hurt him too much. Coming around the final turn now, very wide. That will certainly hurt his momentum down the front. But with the 125 under his belt, he does improve. Goes to a 124.8. Doesn't go up too far on the old timing tower as well. Let's look at James Pickard having a hard time down here. Still has not set a banker lap. So the pressure's certainly on here in the Ozjet entry. Look at him there. Down the back of the field, has not set a time yet. Possibly late entry into the server, so we'll just wait and see. He's certainly got time to get around the circuit. He's got a full clear track in front of him too. Oh no, this is just a lack of practice, folks. This could be the first lap he's been around the circuit. Probably best just to pack it up, James, and go and practice for next week so you're a bit more competitive. Otherwise, when the race starts, that's where you're going to find yourself anyway, off into the bunda and or taking out some people in front of you. So you don't want to be that guy, folks. This is a good lesson in league racing. Certainly do your due diligence in the old practice department, because you don't want to spend your night facing the wrong way, and you certainly don't want to spend your night apologising to all the people that you killed and ruined their races of. But here's Bogdan, or Boggy. Bogdan. Boggy Bog, he's crossing the line now, going for his push lap. His best is a 149, so he might be in the same boat. We're going to find out. We're riding on board on the Budweiser King of Beers. Yep, same again, straight off into the bunda. So going to need some magic sprinkle dust on him to keep that car on the track for 45 minutes. I'll give you the hot tip. But up here, we've got James Alexandra. Doing a pretty good job there with a 123.2 is his best. He's not on for an improvement here, but he's got his name on the side of the car, so he's not going to forget whose car it is. Oh, he flogs it back to the pits. Shouldn't have done that. He could have got around in time to go for one more push lap, but as it stands, he better get out of the pits quick, smart, or that is the end of his qualifying. No, that's it. I don't think he's going to be able to get around in time. Neither is that driver down there, Pickard. May as well pop it back to the pits, mate, because you're not going to get around for your final push lap. Let's see how Johnny Singleton's holding up. Looking pretty good as well. That sensational AC karting livery. Looking fantastic. He's going slowly here at the moment. Realises he might not be able to get around in time either. There might not be many cars to be able to do that. There's a lot of cars exiting the pits now. I don't understand why. You're not going to get around in time to go again. So, all sorts happening here in Fargone Racing. But Stephen Rees untouched here in the lead. 120.7. Where is he on the circuit? Just rounding the turn 3 and 4 into turn 5 now. Doesn't look like he's on for an improvement yet, but there's still 2/3 of the circuit to go. As I say that, it goes bang, purple. Thank you very much, Stephen Rees, doing Stephen Rees things out here. Into the old section of the circuit. Whoa, just a bit too wide there, a bit too deep. That'll be the end of him. Can Alex McEwen now? It's all in his hands. All he can do now is push until he cannot push anymore. And, oh, geez, that would have been a sight for sore eyes looking up there, seeing that Formula One car facing the wrong way right in front of you. Luckily here in the sim world, they have the option of just clicking that little button on the steering wheel and heading back to pits. If that was the real world, that could have been a massive big accident. I think it might have just been enough to balk Alex, though. He's done a couple of little purple micro sectors, but he's going to need a full purple sector here to really turn the screws. Might have to fully cut that cut that turn there. I wonder what sort of cut prevention we've got. I know in Sensational Esports Wednesday Cup, we did this circuit recently, and I had to put some barriers up across the middle just to stop the temptation. There goes Alex. Almost lost it. I don't know if he's going to be enough to improve here. Pulls it into the pits. Wisely so. Cosiata on a push lap too as well. He's hanging it fat around the final couple of turns here. Bit of smoke blocking up into 14 or 15. And, slapping the wall on the exit. That's a big mistake there. I don't know if that's going to be enough to improve. Goes across the line at 1:25.9. Yeah, 4 seconds slower than he did. That's qualifying over. Unless Tommy Marzella can improve. No, he's just doing donuts on the racing line. Get off the racing line, Tommy. Go and pop it on the inside there. You might be in the way of someone coming through. Stephen Rees taking the initial blood here in season 2, I believe, or 3 of the I was going to say the Wednesday Cup. The Formula Fridays. Thank God it's Friday, everyone. It's Friday here. Someone kill me for saying that. It's Friday. The Formula Fridays here. F1 2005. Dropping the kids off at the pool. Wishing I was in the box instead of this 50th. Oh, Zach O'Reilly's tuning in. Jump in on your phone. Just say you got to go out to the... go out to see the kids or something. Who knows? But, yeah, it'll be good. 45-minute race coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And the grid will look like this. Stephen Rees off the front row. Alex McEwen on his outside. We're going to have Cosiata and John B behind him off row 2. Alexandra and Singo off row 3 with Banachek and Derek off the next row. Tobasiah and Boggy off the next one there. Mozzarella, the cheese man. He's changed his name to Mozzarella. Fantastic. One of my favourite cheeses as well. It's good old, simple old mozzarella. Can eat it by the cupful. Demon Boost will start next to him off the 6th row. Sprinkler and who have we got next? Sprinkler and James Pickard will be the final 2 off the grid. 14 cars involved. Surely there's more that have signed up. Nick Mello, Auto Prefecture, JP. Where are you people? Matty, Scallywagon. Seb Marsh, sign up for the series and don't even turn up to race 1. Gee whiz. Turn it up, folks. There's nothing much better to do on a Friday night. I'll give you the hot tip. We got it all happening here. But race 1 will be up soon. I'm not sure if we have to exit the server. I don't think so. It looks like everyone's in. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be back in just a moment with race 1.
SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customisation for driver training. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customisation for driver training. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features, and customisation for driver training. SDT
Back down on the circuit, folks. We are ready for a start here in race 1. 45 minutes to go. No mandatory pit stop, mind you. So anything can happen. I don't know why that little... Oh, there we go. Got rid of the little yellow dot. That was doing me in. We've got 14 cars out on the circuit at the moment. How many of those will finish the race? That is anybody's guess from some of the scenes we saw in practice and in qualifying. Could be maybe half the field finish this one. I'm dead set. It's going to be crazy, but we are almost ready for a start, folks. Get your predictions in the chat. Bija B says, prefer tasty cheese for my midnight cheese shoveling. Cheese shoveling. That's a hard little sentence to go, but it's time for the great man to join us in the commentary box. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. Pause. And it's go, go, go in the Fargone Racing Friday Formula Championship. And Stephen Rees is looking, but he's got some pressure there from Alex McEwen. Up the inside, Stephen Rees clattering across the grass. And I'll tell you what, if he goes across the line first in this race, he'll go a long way towards winning. But McEwen around the outside, wheel to wheel now, smoke flying everywhere. And Alex McEwen will take the lead in the race. And thank you, I cannot keep Murray Walker up for too long. Oh, Rees, he's off. He's hit the barrier as well. Goes back to third. Cosiata takes advantage of that. There's smoke everywhere. It's a bloody Bob Marley concert here at the moment. I'll tell you what, these top three guys giving it absolutely everything. Sprinkler and Demon Juice, however, dropping down to the back of this field. Thank you very much for that one. We've got Johnny B right over the back here of Stephen Rees, just struggling early in this one. Maybe not used to the extra weight with the tyres and everything and fuel and all that stuff. You can see him wide again, so upsetting the apple cart as Alex McEwen straight to the lead, almost a 2-second advantage over Cosiata at the moment. Stephen Rees in third. John B, who we're travelling along with at the moment, just losing, giving up the ghost there out of the fourth final turn there. So the guys at the front just starting to get out of it. Here goes Bogdan up the inside. Great job on Rico Banachek. Didn't see that one coming and didn't have enough time to really do anything about it as well. You can see Bogdan on the move. I'm not sure if we have DRS available in these cars, but here's Stephen Rees now on the back of Cosiata. Cosiata deeks once to the left and to the right, but now Steve just gets alongside, wheel to wheel, slides up into turn 3. Bit more smoke as well. I don't know if these tyres are going to be too happy by the end of it with all this smoking that's going on in the first couple of laps. It's really not ideal, but now it seems that I guess the red mist and nerves have sort of disappeared. Although nerves and Stephen Rees do not belong in the same sentence, I'll tell you that much. He's one of the coolest customers out there, whether it's on or off the track. So certainly send him a DM and just annoy him during the day. He loves that sort of stuff. But out in front, Alex McEwen absolutely walking away here at the moment on the soft tyre. Stephen Rees, the only one starting on the super soft. So that's an interesting decision there because he will definitely have to go through the pit lane at some point. And he was probably thinking as well that starting on the super softs, he could probably get the jump on Alex and be sitting at the front of the field and be able to control when he decides to take that pit stop. But now at the moment, he's got almost a 3-second disadvantage to Alex out there in front. So Alex certainly gets the early jump there, an advantage to the McEwen household here at the moment. He sets the fastest lap of the race, eclipsed by Stephen Rees, not by much, but he's going to have to really turn the screws here if he wants to catch up to the number 43 in the sensational TV Volvo livery as well. Looks beautiful there. Thank you very much, Alex. Sporting the best commentary team this country's ever seen in the Simland. Let's be real, folks. And he is out there and still just getting chopped down, just 10th by 10th there by Stephen Rees. But there's battles going on down here as Bogdan has made his way up behind Alexandra and just taking just a few little tenths out of him here and there. We're going to ride in the cockpit because we get to see some driver's eye stuff back here in 2005. But the footage is a little bit clearer as well. Now down into, oh, geez, big moment there from Bogdan. Almost lost it. Dead set. That was a big loss there, and has given up the ghost as well. That was the closest battle on the track. Down here, Demon Boost just doing best. He's made his way up beyond Sprinkler and Mozzarella. Mr. Cheeseboard has dropped his way down to 14th position somehow. Didn't get the best of starts, but he's found himself down there anyway. Here's Bano right up behind Derek here, half a second. It's a lot in the F1 world, but it looks really close because they are... Whoa! Jeez, he was lucky to hold on to that one. Big rear-end loss there from Banachek. Manages to gather it up. These things are pretty grippy in the rear, so you can afford just to be a bit more liberal on the old loud pedal, and you can really hang it fat. That's why Alonso was so good in these cars in the end. Just turn and squirt and shoot, scrub the fronts. Oh, you don't want to be doing that too often. Big flat spots coming Bananarama's way. Those tyres, if he keeps it up, they're going to look like little 50-cent coins by the end of it. And you know what they say, once you lock them up once you form a flat spot, it just gets worse and worse and worse. Here's Bogdan now on the back of Alexandra. That gap coming through. I'll tell you what, Boggy, what I said, he's just made the mistake there. In front goes Alexandra, off and lost it. And he's facing the wrong way. Hits the inside barrier there. But luckily, I'm pretty sure in this series there is 0 damage. So these guys can really take the P155 in that regard. Tell you what, when you're traveling at such speeds, whether it be in the sim or not, when you do come into contact with any sort of hard surface, it does not spell good for your vehicle. So I guess a little bit of a reprieve there for the drivers. It's hard enough muscling an F1 car around the sim world in any circuit, but it's even harder when you have slapped the wall. So back to the drawing board for Alexandra. No skin off his nose or off the tyres or off the old damage card there. Making his way up behind Pickard now, as Pickard was one of the guys that took advantage of that big mistake we saw James make just previously. And being Friday night, folks, I need to take a breath every now and then to enjoy the fruits of my hard week's labour as well. I tell you what, fair few streams as well coming at you from Sensational TV. I think this is my third one this week. Oh, there's a big off there from Pickard, just sort of deeks to the right there, and Alexandra saw it coming. Left him plenty of room as well, because that could have been a little bit nasty. But Pickard is right in the mood here, Race. He looks up the inside here. He gets on the brakes. Whoa, very wide. Little bit of contact as well. Alexandra drops back down into 10th, and these two guys are battling like they're going for sheep stations here at the moment, battling for the final lap of the championship. Hopefully what we get to see between Oscar and Lando. Look at that. Alexandra up the inside. That is a full track cut there, mate. Has to get out of the throttle because you don't want to be taking unnecessary advantage through there. Oh, big lock up again on the front right. That thing is not looking great at the moment. And the longer these guys battle, it brings Tobesire, Demon Boost. You can see them both there in the screen as well. Oh, big lock up there from Tobesire as well. Tell you what, the brakes must be a little bit difficult in these cars to get down cleanly without the old tyres locking up. Meanwhile, up the front, look at that. Alex has now got a 10-second lead over Stephen Reese. I reckon it's Reese's on the wrong set of tyres. Those super softs might just be absolutely overheated at the moment. Probably needs to think about what he's going to do and make a decision pretty quick, smart. I'd probably wait another lap or two at the most to do your sums. Oh, big loss there. There goes Alexander. He's absolutely lost it into the wall. Gives up the ghost 2 positions as well. Drops back down. And you can see he's got some pace on his day, but just a little bit of, I guess, the consistency errors dropping in there from these guys down the bottom of the order. Here's Sprinkler looking very racy, chiming in on the scene. We'll get the bird's eye or the driver's eye view, should I say, and see how we go racing here. 36 minutes to go in this one. It's all going pretty quick. These cars drive fast, and I tell you what, the countdown timer seems to go at F1 speeds as well. Up the front, Alex McEwen doing good things. Stephen Reese, his last time around was a 123.8. Let's see what Alex's last time around, a 122 dead. Wowee, 1.8 seconds the difference there. Reese needs to get off these tyres, get onto a set of softs or mediums even, just to go the whole race to the end. Excuse me very much, viewers. I just don't know if the super softs are going to last to the end. Being a no mandatory pit stop race, it's going to be very difficult to nurse those tyres to the end. And as you can see, he's just hemorrhaging time at the moment. But down the back, they're battling hard here. Alexander locking him up again. I tell you what, this is looks like Willie Nelson's caravan here at the moment. Just smoke billowing out the back of that thing. He's got 2 cars in front of him, Demon Boost and Tobesire, just sort of locked in a half battle. No one really wanting to pull the trigger on anything serious. And just as I say that, 1 lockup, and that spells the end of that little battle. But this guy here is the closest on track to giving us some action, and still smoke pouring out the front end of these things. I wonder if, actually, if I'm right about it, there is 0 damage, which translates to the tyres as well. So they do not flat spot under that setting. So these guys can lock them up all they like, but the tyres will drive the same. So a little bit of a free kick there for all the drivers involved. Maybe you want it to be a little bit more difficult for them, and hopefully they do a little bit more practice during the week. You can see poor old the head of the cheese board down there, 20 seconds behind, but Demon Boost right up behind Tobesire now. You can see them all blocking up down there into the second last turn. Back down onto the main straight. It's all down to horsepower here and who can get the slipstream, because you just want to be right up under the rear wing as you come out of turn 2, and you can possibly just pull out of the slipstream, make that move stick into turn 3. It's a pretty good overtaking zone. But as we said earlier in the show, when you're doing 260, 70 k's an hour, 2/10 is a long way, a long distance indeed. Like you can see that now. They're 3/10 apart, probably covered by about 20 meters. So you've got to be a lot closer if you want to be making any sort of a lunge. There goes Tobesire off the street. He's going to get passed by both Demon Boost and Alexandra. He falls down to 12th position. These guys down here, these 4 cars, are just playing a bit of leapfrog here at the moment. They don't know who wants to take that position in 10th position. Oh, hang on. McEwen's popping into the pits. He's had enough on those tyres. That's an interesting choice. And Stephen Reese finally goes fastest with a 129, a 121.9, should I say. Still 3/10 off Alex McEwen's best, but McEwen opting for another set of softs. I think he had control of this race. I would have preferred to see him go just a little bit longer there on that set of softs, but who am I to tell Mr. McEwen what to do? He is one of the smartest drivers out there when his racing IQ is certainly right up there. we don't often see him make strategical mistakes like that. So if that is a mistake, we'll see at the end of the race. He's driven these cars all week, so he knows exactly how far the softs go. Who am I to say? But let's see what Reese's doing now. Just a couple of one little purple microsector as well. His last was a 121.9, so maybe those super softs just coming good when the fuel sort of burns out a little bit, perhaps. Stephen Reese doing maybe a lot of practice there with low fuel on. So there we go. We've got Matty chiming in. The fuel usage is massive, so I think you'll need to pit twice for fuel, but I'm not sure. Okay, full tank is longer than tyres, so tyre change is free. Okay, so it's all about how much fuel you take on. So possibly Reese just filling it up, going from the start full. I would have done that as well. I think starting on a full tank is the best way to go, because then each and every pit stop you make after which is a little bit shorter. So you want to minimise your time in the pits, especially in sim racing, because there's so other little factors that go into it, whereas in the real world there's a lot more factors that come into a racing stint and how far you can go and how quick you can be over that stint. So in sim racing, that number of variables is a lot smaller, so you really got to try and work on those 1%ers, which are pit stops and strategy. But down here, Alexandra still looking at the back of Demon Boost. He's made his way past Tobasire as well. Those two guys battling. Little 5/10 in it at the moment. And you can see just it's kind of non-precise. It's looking like the Irish synchronised swimming team at the moment. They're not quite on it, but they're doing it in style nonetheless. You can see just a bit of weaving there from James Pickard, who started off well, actually. I thought he'd be a bit further back, and I was giving it to him in the old qualifying stakes as well, because we saw him just doing a few, what do you call it, mechanical pirouettes, as you would say in the bizzo. But he's come good and he's kept it on the track this far, and certainly under pressure here. 2/10 of difference. Demon Boost not close enough to make a lunge, but Pickard just looking a little bit half defensive as well, just making sure that Demon Boost knows that there's no silly business happening down there into turn 13. Look at that, clattering across the curbs. Great way to do it. Alexandra's right there as well. Just needs a good exit. Sit there in the slipstream and try to take advantage of these guys, but it seems to be they're all fairly evenly paced down here as well, so they'll be playing a little bit of who makes the first mistake drops down. It's kind of like the Tour de France. They one person leads for a little while, and then he goes to the back and the other guy takes over for a little while, and they do that for the whole day. So I think that's what's going to happen here. A little bit of track liberties there taken. Look at that. Demon Boost up the inside. Beautiful overtake there. Oh, Pickard's off, and he's taken Alexandra with him. That's a big stack there. Both of them in the cloud of dust and smoke as the sprinkler comes through that as well. He would have absolutely shit his pants coming around turn 5, seeing that rubbish out there on the circuit. Luckily, there is no damage on board for these guys. So here comes Reese into the pits for his first pit stop. Let's see where Alex is, because this will give us an idea. Alex has already taken advantage there. So great strategy call there. I think Reese just stayed out too long on those initial super softs. They were the wrong tyre to start with. I think the soft tyre seems to be the choice. Unless you've got enough pace here or enough fuel on board, as Matty said, to get to the end. We do not know how, if Matty's done your practice, how much, or at least how many laps can you get out of a full tank? Because I'd expect Reese here at pitting just after half distance to possibly be on board with a full tank, and he's come out with the super on again. So interesting decision there. Didn't have the pace to keep up with McEwen there, I assume, because the tyres were cooked, but manages to come out again on the super soft. So can't be on a 3-stop because he's just stopped for the first time. Oh, actually, no, it isn't. It's a 45-minute race, isn't it? Yeah, so a third of the way through. He will come in again with 15 to go, possibly. Matty's done no laps. Just sign up for the series to throw everyone the dummy, perhaps. I don't know. Just for fun, just for practice. We can assume it's going to be a 2-stop for everyone then, because McEwen came in early. We saw Reese in the pits. I don't think I've seen anybody else come in, so possibly enough to get you halfway there and back. Who knows? But possibly the fuel burn is just enough to warrant a couple of different strategies. And here comes Bogdan now into the pit lane. It's a hard one to get right. You don't know where the actual control line is, and that's another thing in sim racing, folks. Doing practice pit stops is also another thing that can twist the knob on the old 1%ers, if you know what I'm saying. It's one of the variables that you can control, so if you can really do your practice on your pit stops, get them nailed, you might find yourself just making up positions whilst you're in the pits when, you get certain guys that go out there all week doing nothing but hot lap practice. They practice on the, low fuel. They want to see their name up in lights on the practice server. Yeah, look at me. How good am I? I'm the fastest in the world. And then it comes to the race and they put a full tank of fuel in. Jeez, I can't even speak. They put a full fuel of tank in, and they can't replicate that pace. So a lot of good things to practice out there. Certainly practice on a full tank. There's one tip I can give, I suppose. I used to do a lot of full fuel practice, most of it actually, and then just on the day, just start to take the fuel out, pop the softer option of tyre on, and you'll be surprised how fast you can go. You just go, oh wow, this car just feels incredible. It's got way more grip. I'm only on my first one, so I'll tell you what, Scott, being in the commentary box solo, it doesn't give me a lot of time to sit here and enjoy the red cordial. It's just staring at me in the face, and I don't get enough time to actually enjoy it. So I might just take myself a little red cordial break right now. Wet the whistle and keep the vocal cords warmed up. They've had an absolute workout this week. We started off on Tuesday night here at Simsational TV at the Aussie Sim Racing Network over there on iRacing. And what a successful round that was, I'll tell you what. Not only in attendance over there at Aussie Sim Racing, so hats off to those guys. It was unreal. We had 30-plus GT3 cars going around there at Suzuka in iRacing. But also the viewership out there in YouTube land was a big one. So certainly something to applaud there for that e-racing league over there in iRacing. So it's caught our attention. We'll be doing that again on Tuesday night, and then following it up immediately on the Wednesday night with the Wednesday Cup. And if you know anything about sim racing, you know about the Wednesday Cup. It's on every Wednesday night here on Simsational Esports channel. All run from our Discord as well. The link is in the description below. And if you're watching for the first time and haven't done so yet, give us a little like on the video. It goes a long way to putting us and our videos in front of other people. And so they can come and enjoy the show as well. I was watching a video lately about the algorithm at YouTube. It's somehow changed. And so a lot of smaller creators such as ourselves have got the opportunity now to sort of end up on that front homepage of YouTube, where a lot of videos are, get clicked through. Apparently the trend is now that most people don't use the search bar anymore. It's usually click on something that is within the first 2 scroll downs of your homepage. And if you don't, then you leave the page completely. So, give us a like and a subscribe on the channel, and we may end up just being our videos put in front of the eyes that want to see it. And that'll be fantastic for everyone out there. But in the meantime, Cosiata has pumped it into the pits. He was leading the race, so he comes out just behind Stephen Reeves. We saw him go through there, down into turn 1 now. He's got Johnny Singleton in front, and they're battling for position here. So Singo does not have to get out of the way, does not have to yield. It might be within his best interest, though, because in these kind of the longish races, 45 minutes, I'll class as a longish race, You don't want to be tied up battling other cars that are necessarily in your race. Singo's doing a great job out there as well. He's kept it on this track, and he's doing pretty good pace. Great consistency as well. But probably doesn't want to get too hung up on battling with Stephen at the moment. I'm sure Alex McEwen will probably be in the ear of Singo going, no, mate, hold him off as long as you can. Because if you do so, then that just throws the ball straight into Alex McEwen's court. I think it's pretty much firmly in there anyway now with the 20-second lead on these pair at the moment. Wow, he's really turning it up. Those soft tyres really doing their job at the moment. And looks like, yeah, Singo, he's not going to yield, and he doesn't have to. He can just stick on his racing line and smoke his pipe, go about his merry business. That's what he wants to do. He shouldn't have to fight it too hard, though. But tell you what, Reese on the super softs, just struggling a bit. I'd like to be able to get some tyre temperature info on the spin, because I reckon they just might be overheating a little bit around some of these long, prolonged turns where you're really leaning on the outside tyres. Through this little section, not so much, but I reckon the right-hand side tyres are screaming here. Through the left one, now that they're on the old layout of the circuit, it's not as bad because the left-hand tyres do get a bit of a reprieve, that it's not just flat out all the way around. But here, those kinds of turns where there's just a lot of G-force being driven into the old rubber on that side can overheat the tyres. And in Assetto Corsa, folks, temperature is far more important than anything else. If the temperature is too high, then there goes the grip, and there goes Reese straight into the wall. I don't think I'd ever see the day, folks. Oh my goodness me, someone clipped that. I've never seen him lose it, let alone hit the wall. Tell you what, if there was damage in this server, he'd be retired right now, off for a red cordial himself, and to tune into the channel to enjoy the last 20 minutes. Tell you what, he's well out of sorts here tonight. Maybe Steve Reese has finally found a car that he is just not an absolute alien in straight out of the gates. Formula One it is, folks. So if you've ever dreamed of beating Stephen Reese in a race, here's the one. Here's the way to do it. What happened there to Singo? What's happened here? He's run out of fuel. Everyone, he's absolutely travelling slowly. Goes back to the pits. Oh, that's disaster for Johnny. Oh, he's just forgotten to put the old fuel calculations in. He goes back a few positions. He will lose a lap there, but not a lot, because he was still only around the first turn. So he will just go back to the start of that lap that he just started. So not all is lost, but that pretty much lets Stephen Reese loose. Oh no, that's Alexandra just doing burnouts there as well on the back end. I don't know if he's a bit out of sorts as well down here in 13th position. Not setting the world on fire. He was early. But, just a few little inconsistencies creeping into the game. As I've always said, Formula Ones are very difficult to race. They are fun to hot lap, but because everything comes at you so fast, the decisions need to be made well in advance. And those who have the best anticipation usually do the best in Formula One, because wheel-to-wheel racing is very, very difficult indeed. A lot more difficult than it may seem to a lot of folks out there. So that's usually why you don't see a lot of hardcore racing action in not only real Formula One, because that's exactly the same thing. They're just it's too wild to follow nose to tail, and because there's just a big old punt there from someone there. Who was that? Let's find out. Pickard? No, yeah, it was Pickard getting rear-ended by Bogdan there. Bogdan not redressing either, saying, oh, you know what, I'll just keep on me merry way. I think Sprinkler was involved there as well, possibly. No, he's around the other side of the track, so maybe just a blue flagger getting in the way there. Pickard, though, is all over the back of Bogdan this time, so we might see the pleasantries exchanged once again. Going in through the fast section here. Oh, yeah, that's the line you want. Oh, there goes Bogdan. Overcooked it. Back to the drawing board for him. And he'll just spin it back out onto the circuit as Alexander goes through. Disaster for some of these drivers down here. As I said, it's hard to keep these cars on the circuit. And when you can, this man here, he's kept it on the circuit the whole time. And what happens is you end up 20-odd seconds in front of Steve Reese. That you don't see very often indeed. Cosiata doing a great job down here, just warming the tyres. He was still on the hard. So finding some grip there on the old hard tyre late in this race. And we're coming up on 2/3 distance here. So we're going to see what's he doing? He's really trying to keep those tyres warm. Maybe just go for the medium next time. You don't want to be shaking the steering wheel at 250 k's an hour. Certain recipe for death sometimes. But we're coming up on 3/4 of the way done here, or 2/3 of the way done, should I say. And we're going to see all the cards are going to be on the table. Who's going to come in for the first one? I assume Alex McEwen's probably going to come in this or the next lap. He will strap on another set of softs and go to the end. Reese will probably go to the last 10 minutes. I think he went just a little bit over 2/4, or 2/4, 1/3. It was about 28 minutes left in the race when he came in last, so he'll probably go to, maybe 13 minutes to go. So all the pit lane crews getting revved up, getting ready to service their drivers out there. And Alex McEwen doing great things out there in front. He will, if he just keeps his car straight, keeps it all together, crosses the line first, he'll go a long way towards winning. One foot in front of the other, that sort of stuff, you know what I'm saying. But, all the gaps now absolutely pegged out there. This is the closest battle on track is Derek on the back of Demon Boost. And I don't know if you can even see him. You can just see him going through turns, 11 and 12 there. Disco Derek is going to have to dust off the old tap shoes and get a boogie on. Try and catch up to Demon Boost. He's Demon was down there battling with that sort of group of 4 early on in the race, where they were just sort of leapfrogging each other, waiting for a mistake, and eventually it would come and the next bloke would take it out. But Demon Boost has done the best of that lot, because he's managed to string a few laps together without binning it, and keeping on the track, doing a great job. So he heads down the way, 20 laps into this one, and Alex McEwen does pull it into the pits, and absolutely on time, comes out on the soft to complete his final stint. He's only got 3.8 seconds up the street to Steve Reese, so we might get to see these two battle for a little while. But with Alex McEwen being on the brand new rubber, I suspect it will not be much of a battle there, and Alex probably knows it as well. He's a full pit stop ahead now of P2, so he doesn't have to do anything silly, doesn't have to get the overtake done. He can just sit behind Reese until he goes into the pits, and that's all that she wrote, folks. Right on board, and just show the master at work, Master McEwen. Tell you what, he's had it all his own way here in the Assetto Corsa land recently. Copped the toweling in the Inter-Club Championships, mind you. Stephen Rees and co. all came out firing in that one for Fargone Racing. That was an absolute pleasure to call the action here at Sensational TV, and we're certainly looking forward to the next one. We're going to make a rule that you cannot choose the same car that you did last season. I think that'll be a good one. AK Racing will be absolutely washed if it wasn't for the Gen 3 wildcard entry that they pulled at the very end. But we'll see how they go next time. But there may be a 5th team added, maybe a 6th as well. So we could get 6 teams of 6 out there, 36 cars on the track for Interclub Challenge Season 2. Looking forward to that. That'll be coming in 2026 early. Just finalising the details of that one. But keep an eye out for that. Do your practice back there. But at the moment, 13 minutes to go. We're going to see Reese. No, he's probably done. He's done his pit stop. He's just come out now. Oh, that's Pickard. Just smoking them up again. Tell you what, the neighbours will be getting the shits with this amount of smoke that's coming out of the downstairs neighbours. Reminds me of 2005, funnily enough. This is the 2005 F1 Challenge here at Fargone Racing. If you want to get involved, hit the Discord in the video description. Pretty sure there is a Fargone link. If not, there is certainly an STV link, and in there you will find a link to Fargone Racing. I was supposed to put that there. I'll have to double check that it's there. If not, I'll edit it after the video. Let's get the chat involved. Is anyone watching out there in YouTube land? It says there's 5 of you. But I've got 5 accounts just all lined up, all watching the stream at the moment as well. Keeping those numbers ticking over, folks. You got to know all the tricks. Here's Alexander right up behind Pickard now, 3/10 the difference. We might get to see a battle yet with 11 minutes to go. Diving down into turn 1 he goes, looking good as well. Matty is still here. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the final 10 minutes. You've been here the whole time, I'm sure. But down here into turn 2. Oh, a bit wide there from Pickard. That's going to light up the eyes here of James Alexandra. Oh, big oversteer moment. A little bit of a snap there now through turn 5. And Pickard had the better of that one. And he will just pull away by a couple of tenths as well. Now down into this little section. And Pickard goes wide. He's forced the mistake. Alexandra around the outside. Nowhere to go. Wheel to wheel now. Up around turn 8. And looking into turn 9 here. And it looks like Pickard just waves the white flag. There's not much he could do about that with Alexandra on a really good momentum run. And Pickard, just a bit too much pressure for him to deal with there. That was close call. Could have ended up pointing the wrong way. But, did it nicely indeed. Up the front, Cosiata is now under pressure from Stephen Rees. I'm pretty sure Cosiata still yet to make his pit stop. We'll find out at the end of this lap because he'll be probably getting pretty close to it. No, he's going to go one more time, Daft Punk style. One more time. Celebrate. You guys shouldn't have to deal with that. Oh, there's a car in the smoke there. Who was that? Sprinkler. Just collecting cars on the way through. Needs to take it back to the pits. Does so. I don't know who got involved in that. I'm pretty sure Reese and Cosiata were both put off by that one. Stephen Reese, however, let's go on board. Let's have a look if he can make it through. Great call, Matty. Maybe the singing did do it. There you go. Well, she's paying me to shut the singing up. And fair enough. Thank you very much for the tenner, Matty. We'll see you back next week, I'm sure. I'll be working next week, and I think Lindsay will be back. So probably a bit more professional on the comms is Lindsay. And fair enough. I don't know if he's told everyone, but there's some exciting news around our young man in the commentary box as well. Just been invited to commentate on the Australian F4 series. And so that involves some travel around the country following the series around. So he'll be there in the flesh, calling all the action in the Australian F1 calendar. So the F4 calendar, should I say. So, yeah, professional caster, absolutely. We're going to have to get him to put in a good word for the bozzer. Get him to put in a good word for myself and Zach O'Reilly. That was a good one. Back when I used to work in Sydney, I used to work in the same building as where Fox Sports used to do all their home base sort of stuff. And I got in the elevator to go up to the office one day, and Mark Bosnich was in there. They were on level 4, and I worked on level 6. So I hit level 6, and he goes, "Whoa, what's up there on level 6?" And me being the smartass that I said, that's upper management, mate. And he goes, "Oh, put in a good word for the bozzer." There you go, Mark Bosnich, ladies and gentlemen, Australian goalkeeper there for the Socceroos back in the day. I also caught him smoking a cigar once in the elevator, so the bozzer does what he wants. And that's story time with Munro, everyone here on a Friday night. Alexandra, big moment there. through the turn 12 chicane. Wow, just dancing it over. Where's Disco? He'd be absolutely loving that. But down here, the gap is about 3/10. Let's go back up the front because Reese is now closed in on the back of Cosiata. We've got a dead set little battle here, folks. We're going to see him maybe go for a dive. No, just you just got to sit there, don't you? Just wait for the opportunity because we've just seen these cars seem to be very hard to handle in the old consistency stakes. So we'll see. We'll see Reese just being patient here, and he'll just wait for the mistake to come from Cosiata, and we'll pounce on it, I'm sure. We'll just tune in, because I love this camera angle. Oh, no, speaking of mistakes, Reese is the one that made the mistake here. That's twice, maybe more, to be this far down the order. I'll tell you what, 7 minutes to go. Cosiata possibly could go to the end. I'm pretty sure he needs to pit again, but he is on the hard tyre, so possibly went for a two-stop strategy, if that's even possible, concerning fuel usage and whatnot. But Reese still 6/10 off, so we'll go back down to Alexandra, who's he seems to bite off the cherry, get close, and then spit the cherry out again and go backwards. So just needs to pull it all together, pull his head in, and see how far he can take it. Possibly just get past Pickard here. 6 minutes to go. Only, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laps total, possibly maximum. Look at that, just close there. Just needs to get this slingshot effect out of the final turn. Probably pretty hard on worn tyres. Keeping one eye on that battle at the front there with Stephen Rees as well. Alexandra just giving up the ghost there, and now that battle's back out to 8/10. That's the bad thing about F1, folks. The battles don't stick around. One little mistake and you find yourself a second behind where you were just before. That's why I just love touring cars. Low powered, no downforce, nothing. And you see nose to tail racing as far as the eye can see. Speaking of which, we might get some now. Reese just looking very uncomfortable, and it's not something you see. It's like I've seen a unicorn here tonight. There's Stephen Reese. He's binned it a couple of times. It's more times I've seen him bin it more times tonight than I've ever seen it before. I'm sure it does happen. I'll have to ask Lindsay. He's usually the one casting here on Fargone Racing, but it's good to be a part of the action and see how things are going here in the F1 series. Certainly exciting. Let's see what Reese can do here. He's got a pretty good exit out of that one. The gap is just under 3/10. We'll see if the suck even does much at this speed. It does. He's just closing in a little bit towards the end of this straight. And that is how you navigate turn 1 and 2, folks. Whoa, just hanging on to the edge of the track there. And Cosiata just doing a fantastic job. 2/10 now. Very close under the rear wing. Probably getting a bit of dirty air as well. So that's where you lose the ability to have that downforce as well. So really working hard to keep that thing on the track. Yeah, uncomfortable Steve-O, still P3. It's true. Here he goes now, right up under the rear wing. 1/10 going to deke out. No, Cosiata goes defensive now into the right-hander. Whoa, just covers him off. Doing a great job. 4 minutes to go. I reckon Cosi's going to the end here. I'm going to say it here now. He's got the hards on. I reckon he's filled up to the end. McEwen's done for. He's gone. He's got the dub. But these two now battling it out for P2. We're going to see who has the biggest set here coming into the final few laps now. Number 6 or number 9, Reese, depending on which way you're looking at the car, is travelling down. I know it's number 6. It says it on the timing tower. But just put a line under it. Just make me happy. I don't know. Stephen Reese now 3/10 behind. Oh, that's a bad exit there from Cosiata. He's going to be very much under pressure now. Reese closing in on the gap now. Pulls out late. Pulls out of the slipstream. Slides it up the inside. Wheel to wheel into turn 1. Cosiata hanging it fat around the outside. Oh, the interlock wheels. Almost an accident, but Steve Reese just has the extra momentum and pace to pull it out. But here goes Cosiata looking up the inside. Bit of contact to the rear wheel. Bit of a bump and grind. Here's Shane Van Gisbergen style. But Steve Reese manages to hold on and does it well. well there. Wow, that's under attack too. A bit of physicality between the two fellas here in the white F1 cars. And Stephen Rees gets the job done late. 3 minutes to go. And that could possibly be all she wrote. But I'll tell you what, Cosiata got some pace now out of that turn. Sends it up the inside. Big lock-up. No way that Stephen Rees could turn in there as Cosiata just blocked it off. Yeah, we know the tyres are cold. That hard tyre is certainly becoming a handful. But I'll tell you what, be able to return serve there on Stephen Rees again. He wasn't hanging around there back in third place. He says, "No, I'm giving it my all. With 2 minutes to go, I'm going to be defending like a lion." What about that? Big send from Rees. He locks him up as well. Cosiata around the outside, and Rees just blocks him off. These guys are getting a little bit hairy. Oh, that's the end of it. Cosiata's lost it into the wall, nosed it in. Thank you very much for the Rabbits. Rees takes P2. Cosiata has got all the time in the world to get back out on the circuit to retain P3. You can see in the background Johnny B. No, it was a lap car coming up on him actually, but Cosiata actually does come into the pits. Those tyres are cooked. He's going to have to make a pit stop with 1:57 to go. Not ideal, folks. Not ideal at all. Could he have just saved fuel? Whether that's going to hurt him anyway in the old position department, we'll find out. Because where's Johnny B? He's coming down the main straight now, actually. So he will lose out. Cosiata actually dropping down to P5 because Johnny Singleton's there as well. What's he got? He's got to come out on the super softs or the softs or something. One of the softer tyres to launch an attack, possibly, on the two guys that overskipped him there, but they're already 10 seconds up the street. So that's all she wrote, folks. Where's Alex McEwen rounding the final turn? So once he crosses the line, this will be the final lap. Folks, that wasn't on. Those two were cranky. Yeah, it looked a little bit argy-bargy between Rees and Cosiata there. Doesn't I'd say it takes a fair bit to rattle Rees. He seems like the coolest customer of all time. Possibly just lives in the fridge. Just coolest bloke getting around. But yeah, maybe just a little bit rattled there. Possibly to do with his own performance and then having it stuck in there with Cosiata just hanging it fat and making it a bit physical as well. So possibly a little bit heated under the helmet there. But we'll see in the chat afterwards. They'll be all friends again, and it'll be back to battling it out next week. Tell you what, the entire field's going to have to go back and look. Well, actually, go to bed with a mirror, so they can all wake up to themselves and try and close the gap to this man on screen here at the moment. He's gone purple in the second sector as a little bit of a how you going to the rest of them. He's on the final lap, folks, and he has been absolutely unsighted this entire race. He's only got one or two laps or one or two final corners to go. And if he crosses the line now, he will be in the first position of the race. Crosses the line. That is Alex McEwen making the victory there for Fargone Racing in round one here at Albert Park Circuit. And I will be off for a Foster's myself. Oh, thank you, Murray. Just chiming in there at the end. Alex McEwen, unstoppable. We've got to wait another 24 seconds before the Rees man crosses the line. Here he comes now in the number 6. Crossing the line, Johnny Singleton claims a P3 on debut here in the F1 series. I think. I'm just imagining that. It's the first race I've called out of 3 seasons, so I tell you what. Just make things up on the fly. That's what we do here in commentary. You just got to let your mouth run, and hopefully your brain can keep up. It's a hard job, though, sometimes. Johnny Singleton now rounding the final couple of turns to take the P3 here in round 1. He'll be absolutely stoked with that. AC Karting. Check them out, folks. They are on the Discord for all your go-karting goodness and mods and tracks and everything over there. Certainly go and check them out. There's your top 3, folks. Alex McEwen takes the P1. P2, Stephen Rees has popped it back to the pits already. Not happy with his own performance there, but P2's a P2. So is P3 there for Johnny Singleton. Cosiata exiting the server already, so maybe a bit frustrated as well there for him. Johnny B just pops it into the kitty litter, and a P5 for him. So Barabat's doing a great job. Banachek as well, crossing the line in the 6th position. Danger Derek, Disco Derek, dancing his way down there into P7. Pretty good stuff from him. Mr. Austin, Mr. Tobasiah, rounding the turns here for P8. Alexandra and Pickard have both left the server in P9 and 10. Devon Boost in P11 with Bogdan and the head of the cheese board a full lap behind. So I guess he's going to have to go back to the factory there on that cheese and get it rolled up. Do something better on that one. But Mozzarella is in plenty of racing series, so he's spreading himself thin. But just wants to be a part of it. His skin is missing as well. He's just got the old plain old Castrol livery. He says he'll be back because there was an accident in practice. So he'll be back. And we'll be back as well here on Sensational. On, what day is it today? Friday. We'll be back on Tuesday, I believe, is the next one. We get the weekend off because the Big Bangers is the week off here. We might hold something, a little fun race on Sunday anyway. Because, let's face it, there's nothing else worth doing in Australian sim racing on a Sunday anymore. It's only the Big Bangers. So let's all get involved in that. But let's get out of this. Let's zoom back out to this beautiful circuit here at Albert Park in Melbourne. And it's time to sign off, folks. It's been a big one on my own. I didn't even get through my glass of cordial here. It's not enough braking in the old speaking department for me to take a little sip. So from everyone here at Sensational, Lindsay does send his regards, but he's getting wined and dined by his family at, you'd guessed it, the most fine dining restaurant there on the Central Coast, all courtesy of the MasterCard, the Muddle MasterCard. So he'll be back again next week to call all the action in round 2, which is, if I am not mistaken, Barcelona. So we're off to Spain next week, and that's a cracking circuit. These cars will suit that for sure. Looking forward to that one. But my name was, and still is, Chris Munro. I was your commentator for this evening. It's been a great one out. Thanks, Scotty. Yeah, it's hard doing it by yourself. I'm not used to the solo comms. It's been a long time since I've done it solo, but it was good fun. But it is time to go because it is Friday night and I'm going to go and lay down. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back again on Tuesday, but until then, keep it flat out.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.